as we go around, you will see that the walls, places where the windows have all been blocked up and the doorways are blocked out, roofs of different levels and so on and so forth.
So it's evolved over time.
Well, the family have been here for 327 years. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, and the lower yard would have been built around 1815, 1816.
That's through the gate.
Through
there.
the gate, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And this is the upper yard, obviously.
Well, yes.
You're working it out.
You can see here, this house here was built after the fire.
And when was that originally built, Margaret?
Well,
roughly, just what century even?
The house?
Yeah, the first house. Yeah.
The front of the house would go back to the probably 1670s.
I see the sign here, museum entrance, and you've got somebody out to greet us here. Who's this little dolly? Literally.
Oh, well.
Has she got a name?
No. You can call her what you like.
Well, she's looking. Yeah, she's waving, and it's hi.
Greeting people.
Do you know that movie, Hello, Dolly?
Oh yes.
Hello, Dolly. So nice to see you.
I'm afraid the flowers got an awful battering with the rain. They're not looking very
The
good.
museum.
Oh dear. I have all these things for the
Hand sanitizing. Yeah, very good, Margaret. That's well done.
These are all cutouts that I found in the attic from around 1870, 1880, all sort of farm almanacs and so on.
Wonderful collage.
Collage, yeah.
Beautifully done,
And
Margaret.
I've done
Yeah.
This is some more
Okay.
of the same.
And this is all your own work.
Well, I put it together.
Well, that's being creative, Margaret. I wouldn't be diminishing that in any way. That's a lovely collage. And there's a lovely symmetry. I love the way you got this one in the middle, holding it all together. J&F Howard, Britannia Ironworks, Bedford, England. Great. Oh, now do you know what? I could linger for half an hour on that and look at all these wonderful contraptions. And here we go. Manure manufacturers. Isn't that brilliant? Cork and Dublin. Oh, fine. And a fine looking specimen there above. And a grand set of onions too. And the almanac. This is wonderful, Margaret, really. Absolutely.
This here, over here, would be some of the family members. Sorry, I'm going to...
Yeah, go on, you're grand.
This is scenes from 1927.
Okay. Sitting in the sunshine. Fantastic. And then I have to ask Margaret very quickly, this is a great surprise, tell me the inspiration behind this setting for the bath. What made you populate it with nests and...
Oh, well, just what do you do with the bath? that's been thrown out. It was...
You fill it with nice things, yeah.
It's all...
It's kind of driftwood and...
Yeah.
Flotsam and jetsam. And I love your kingfisher there in the middle, Oh, wow. What another lovely space. Oh, my God.
Well,
just let me take this in. Wow, fantastic.
This would have been, at one stage, it was the old forge, part of it. But as you see with the walls and so on, the uses have changed over the years. Most of the old farm machinery are all relics of the past, of the horse era.
So we'll walk in, Margaret. We'll walk in and around, get a closer look.
Yeah.
Just tell me roughly what everything is, maybe quickly. Just tell me what that contraption is there.
That is a winnowing machine.
Lovely.
It's for cleaning grain and for sowing and
And then this is a particular...
This is just the old farm cart.
Yes, I was going to say it is a cart. I knew that, but it's got a few little details, a little side lamp there. And then there's some bits and pieces on board, obviously. Wow, the timber in it. I mean, it's just so, it's so aged. And
This is an old, well, it's not that old. It was in the 1960s. It's a flat bottom boat, a traditional Wexford boat, built the traditional way. What's inside the hat and in the clay case, it was my husband's grandfather. He was in Cambridge, and he was part of the rowing team.
Okay, well now that's a nice thematic connection, isn't it? With the boat and the boater.
Yeah.
Isn't that what that's called? A boater hat?
Yeah.
Lovely, Margaret. That's
You can
gorgeous.
see-
There it is, an 1878. Richard Donovan. Well done. Congrats. That's fantastic. What a lovely way to remember something. I wouldn't have thought ever to do that. And
This is them in their some of the
in situ. Okay. And that's the team, is it, up here?
yeah. Sorry,
No, you're good.
forget
Don't change a thing. That's the way it is.
that. These are again some farm tools.
Yeah. Shearing,
For shearing
obviously.
for the horses and for
And a-
bleeding horses.
Yes, I was seeing the
a flame.
syringe
flame.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand shears, lovely. And then more bigger tools up top. Yeah. Okay. Super. Oh, right. What have we got here?
This is a mobile forge.
Okay.
With some of the branding irons, you know, with
Yeah.
things like the family crest and numbers
Show
and
me
so
that one
on.
again, Margaret. Sorry, love, I missed it. Okay, look at that. Okay, beauty. And a few horseshoes.
And horseshoes, yeah.
Okay. And a wheel. And more horseshoes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
This is you know, the famous poem, The Village Blacksmith.
Oh, look, that's standard
Yeah.
part of a blacksmith's kit too, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a grand pair of boots. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, I love the thing on the side of the hat. Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
That's a great detail, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fantastic. Grand. On we go. Oh, and now we have the posh cart.
Well, this.
What would you call that?
This is a trap. Most of the farm implements here were made by Pierces of Wexford. Famous. They were all
Indeed.
famous, actually.
Yes. Yeah, no, Pierce's especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bates exported all over.
Well, I tell you, they've made one lovely trap
Yeah.
in that.
And that would have been one of their more popular traps. I mean, they
Yeah.
made a lot of.
And that was for two, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, trap for two. And upon what kind of an occasion would that have been used, Margaret?
Well, Phoebe used it to go to she ran Carly's Bridge Pottery for nearly 10 years, while Carly Owen was in the army. And the pottery was going to close. They were going to close it, and she took it on.
Mm-hmm.
She
Who's
did.
this again, Margaret? Sorry.
Phoebe, the painter, Phoebe Donovan. Yeah.
And then another barrow full of all kinds of things. And
Yeah.
look at the barrow itself. Look at the wheel on it.
Yes, that was used 100 years ago. Actually, I have a photograph somewhere, but
Isn't that
I
amazing?
faded it, and I'm afraid I.
That's the gardening barrow, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
And the sprayers. And there we go. There's Bulgers that you were mentioning. Bulgers and Sons, catalogue of goods. And that's obviously their premises. Milltown Mills, Ferns, County
Yeah.
Wexford. Isn't that
But
amazing?
they still.
But they're still there. Bulgers is still there. Isn't that
Yeah,
amazing? No, it's a Ferguson, yeah?
Yeah, old grey mare.
Is that what they were called? Yeah.
Repairing.
No, I've never seen an old grey mare before, but again, look at that. Built to last, Margaret. Look at that. Fantastic. Great. Okay, on you go.
Okay. This is an almanac, or compendium of the most advanced farming practices in 1756.
That's a very Napoleonic looking hat.
Yeah, it's naval.
Is that what it is? Naval cape and hat. Well, now, I tell you, as a fan of hats, I would happily wear a hat like that. You'd
watch
need
the
to.
little step there.
I will. Thanks, Margaret.
Yeah. So in here, actually, originally this was a kiln, for drying grain in the old days. This man here, Richard Donovan of the time, he was the one. He was a schoolboy in 1798. He was actually in school in Portora in the north, and he came back and found that he couldn't get home because the family had fled. They'd been threatened. The family had been threatened by the rebels, and the coachman did up the coach and horses and said, "You're on your own," and he joined the militia. The gardener joined the rebels, so it was split. But the family fled to Dublin, and they fled to Peter Street, which was part of the Adelaide Hospital. The family had it was a legal business, and that was their home, in the 1700s. Yeah. This is a grand jury map of Wexford.
Can you find where we are, Margaret? On the map, people always want to know where we are on maps. That kind of.
Let me see. Ballinstraw. Let me see. That's Owlard Hill. Sorry, wait no.
There's Buffer's Alley.
There's Clolog. There we are. You see?
I do. Brilliant. Fantastic, yeah.
This is up here. It's supposed to be what was left after the rebels in the kitchen.
That's all that was left?
That was all that was left.
Just one little shelf.
The house was actually occupied by the main leaders of the rebellion, of the rebels. But there was a priest from Camolan, and he'd come back. The story is that he came back from Rome and was interested in books. And there was a small 18th century library, and he said that they were not to destroy them, and he turned the key in the door. The story is that he was later hung on Wexford Bridge and the key was still in his pocket, but that's a good story. And you can see they're all very pastoral scenes.
There we go. Idyllic. It's like a tourist map.
Yeah.
Showing the good sides.
Yeah, exactly. In here is the old dairy.
Okay.
Again, a building that was obviously changed over the years, but you can see that here we have floor. It's been filled in, and there's a big drain here, and these what would you call them? They were shafts, and you will see next door the remains of an old water wheel.
I see, yes.
And they actually mechanised the making of the butter here. Originally, it had a dash churn.
I know what that is, actually.
So they mechanised the making of the butter with
From the power of the stream.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Different milk churns. And so
Yes, I see that.
the old flagstones to keep the butter cool.
There is, even in here, even though it's a warm day, there is a coolness in here.
Oh, there is, yeah.
Oh, here we go, another. Tell me, what would this be?
That's a butter churn.
That's a butter churn.
And this is what they call an end-over-end butter churn.
Okay.
For larger quantities. So.
With that. Fantastic. Oh, look at this. An early soda stream. Yeah, soda siphon. Isn't that incredible? And I suppose it was held in wire in case it exploded. It would explode. Yeah. And that, even just that kind of work, just to do that. And what's this now? What's a hay box when it's at home?
Hay box is what you would call, in modern terms, it would have been slow cooking. You brought something to the boil, or and then close it up and leave it for hours, and it'll go away, cooking away. It was used during the war because there was so little. The coal wool couldn't be imported, and it was very popular. But also for farming, you could bring food out to the field.
Well, I tell you, you make use of every bit of space, Margaret, that's for sure. Nothing goes to waste.
No. Well, no, that's one of Phoebe's paintings.
Really?
Johnson, Mooney and O'Brien.
Yes, yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, no, that's fine. Crusty loaves, yeah, I love it. You lead the way out into the yard, yeah. Here we go. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, you can smell the water.
Yeah, it's damp.
Yes.
Damp. You can see the remains of the water wheel down. It's 27 feet to the base. And the water came underground from the pond over in the far field.
Isn't that incredible engineering, though, just to make that work?
Absolutely. 1815, 1816. It took 2 years to create.
Isn't that just amazing? Okay, I'm going to just let you go first, Margaret.
Yeah.
You mind your head there, love, obviously.
Oh, I don't have to bend as much as you have.
So that's true. Yeah, I'm a bit of a tall fellow, all right.
All right?
Yeah, good to go. And look what I discovered down here. A box of locks.
Yes. They were all recovered from after the fire.
And then a whole panel of keys. Oh my God. That is some collection of keys, eh?
Fort Knox.
Yeah, a lot of doors to be opened and closed, yeah. And then there's a lock being taken apart, obviously. Fantastic, Margaret. Okie dokie. Yeah, this is a lovely little space in here. There's a very cosy feel to this.
Was dug out of when they were building the present day church. This was dug out of the foundations, and we think it goes back to the sort of we think about the 14th century. Saint Bridget is supposed to have preached here.
Good.
Horses played a big part in the family.
Oh yeah.
This is Phoebe's one of her paintings. Jemmy was the chap who looked after the horses here. And there's Phoebe there. And this is her sister Barbara in her
Tugged out. Yeah, looking good.
1920s rig out. This would have been more their mother with the habit, riding habit.
Fantastic. And a bowler of sorts, yeah, lovely. And more tack, eh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite an array, isn't it?
Spurs and
Yeah.
bits. Yeah.
All kinds of bridles and everything in there, eh? Oh, Margaret, I'm glad you showed me them. They're fantastic. What a
Well, they were a schoolboy's collection.
Indeed, there's some
Gotta be
fine,
faded, yeah.
fine, lovely colours, and they haven't faded. You keep them covered,
Some of them,
obviously.
Yeah, I do try and
And look
keep.
at there's a great luminosity there in one. See that one there, the
Yeah.
purpley one? That's so electric still. Isn't that amazing? And it's over. They're over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible? I'm impressed. As an artist and somebody who uses colour, that's really impressive. And look at that lovely little subtlety. And isn't nature amazing in its diversity?
Absolutely.
Like they're all butterflies.
Yeah.
Do you know, but they're all so different. Anyway, now cover them up.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
They
That's a
visited.
nice touch.
Yeah, the Vesuvius actually erupted the year they were there, so they went and visited. And they went to Pompeii, and this is an early Venetian glass necklace.
Is that what that is? I was wondering. I wasn't quite sure what it was actually. Yeah, now that you say it. Venetian glass, isn't that incredible? What's it called? Murano.
Yes.
That's the island, I think, where they make the glass outside Venice. Beautiful work, amazing. Sign of life. Now I wouldn't have known about these at all.
Well,
They're
it
beautiful.
came in a box, they're a tray,
no, and you collect them and
they were the
it's
early
fantastic.
souvenirs.
No, wonderful idea, wonderful.
This is an early pill-making machine for making tablets.
Incredible. Lovely. Now, this is very much ladies.
This is the ladies' end. Yeah,
very much so. I can tell that. Oh, look at all this lovely embroidery and whatnot. Oh dear.
This would have been a wedding dress of Constance Lillingston, who was, the wedding was in 1888.
And the bouquet, the slippers, and the fan, obviously. Yeah, great.
Yes,
Great to have kept so much. It's fantastic.
And this is she wore, they were married in November the 1st, so it was very cold. So this is a
warm coat.
Well, what do you call it? Skin,
Moleskin.
moleskin.
Yeah.
With the little purse. If you look in, you'll see it's a 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
She could
Well, I'm
get
trying
it
to get
right
my
in.
camera to look. Just bear with me. We'll see what happens. Ah. Fantastic. I'm going to look in with my own eye now in a minute. But yeah, no, the camera's picking it up, Margaret.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Must have a great camera.
Yeah, no, it zooms right in. I have it right up against it. So yeah.
These are all hand done little dresses and
Look at the bed and the dolly and all the bits and the games, loads of little games. And
yeah.
great characters. Look at these guys.
That's Teddy. Was Phoebe's Teddy, and he has a red coat because all the men were going to war.
Hey, I've never seen red instead of black.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
What?
And
I'm guessing it's in. Oh, it's Chinese.
It's Chinese. And if you look
Chinese.
at the faces, you will see that they're different.
Yeah,
You see
individual faces.
Yeah, they're Mongolian, and then these are different. Yeah.
And then another lovely feature, architectural feature, the arch there. I hadn't spotted
But
that.
this, again, I mean, this.
And
would
your
be built-
beams. Look at these brilliant beams.
You see, they had their own. They had their own quarry. They had trees, so they had their own timber, and they also we have what they call marl, Macklemore land, marley soil. So they were able to fire their own bricks.
In the gallery, we see the work of Phoebe Donovan, aunt of Margaret's late husband, Richard. She was both an accomplished and widely recognised painter. Her work focused mainly on portraiture and country life. Start here at the door.
That's her. She was a great horsewoman, and it's a bit grim, but she always said, you know, why would you be smiling at yourself in the mirror?
Good point. Good point.
And this is her mother.
Uh-huh.
What she did.
Well, now I can tell straight away she had it in skill.
People say those eyes followed them around, you know.
It looks like her eyes are watering a bit, maybe.
Yeah,
Or just,
and the veins on her hands and so on.
Well spotted. I didn't see them. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, detail.
This is Barbara, the one who ran the
Avoca.
well, she was their agent. That's where we go into the entrance of the museum. This is all gone. This is the lower yard.
Yeah. So
These are all a bit, filled in. This the dovecot is gone.
But
and
even
the
so,
altar.
I'm just trying to figure out where she painted it from. Would it have been in the house?
It would have been from one of the windows
Upstairs. Drawing in the sheaves.
And these, as I was telling you about Phoebe running Carly's Bridge Pottery, this is one of the potters. I mean, this was some of these pictures have been exhibited in. These are all a series of farming scenes that she did during the war years. These are lithographs. These are all a collection of her lithographs.
Sure, lovely. Fine work too. Beautiful lines there, really strong.
Well, she was a founder member of the Graphic Studio, and she was a lifelong member of the Watercolour Society.